Hi, I'm Dan Munsey. I'm the County of San Bernardino Fire Chief. Those of you that don't know where the County of San Bernardino is, maybe your parents could show you on the map. It's located in beautiful Southern California, and I'll bet you didn't know it's the biggest county in the United States. Today, I'm going to read Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. I don't know if you know about Alexander, but there's other books about him. There's Alexander, who's not going to move, I mean it. There's Alexander, who used to be very rich last Sunday, and absolutely, positively Alexander. So these are great books that we're reading as part of Read Across American Day on March 2nd. This afternoon, I'm going to read this one here for you. Thank you so much for joining me. You know, we really believe in reading as firefighters. It keeps us mentally sharp and lets us learn lots of new skills. And those of you that want additional information on how to read or how to read better, make sure you go to the County of San Bernardino. Well, actually, if you Google County of San Bernardino and Vision to Read, the number 2, that's Vision to Read, there's lots of resources there. It's Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day by Judith Viorst. And you can see Alexander, he's in bed here. He's not looking very happy. Wonder why he's having such a bad day. Alexander says, I went to sleep with gum in my mouth, and now there's gum in my hair, and when I got out of bed this morning, I tripped on the skateboard, and by mistake, I dropped my sweater in the sink while the water was running, and I could tell it was going to be a horrible, terrible, no good, very bad day. Here's Alexander, and he's standing by his bed, and his arms are crossed, and he is looking upset. And his room's a mess. I hope your room's not such a dirty mess. No wonder he tripped on his skateboard. At breakfast, Anthony found a Corvette Stingray car kit in his breakfast cereal box, and Nick found a junior undercover agent code ring in his breakfast cereal box. But in my breakfast cereal box, all I found was breakfast cereal. I think I'm going to move to Australia. Here's Alexander right now. You can see he's sitting at the table, and there's breakfast cereal, and his brothers, they're looking at all the toys that they found. And Australia, where's Australia? That's a big country. That's across a big ocean. That's a long ways to move. In the carpool, Miss Gibson let Big Becky have a seat by the window, and Audrey and Elliot got seats by the window too. I said I was going to be scrunched. I said I was going to be smushed. I said, if I don't get a seat by the window, I'm going to get car sick. No one even answered. And there's Alexander, and he's in a very small car, and guess what? He's in the back, right in the middle between the two other kids. I could tell I was going to have a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. Hope you didn't get car sick. At school, Miss Dickens liked Paul's picture of the sailboat better than my picture of the invisible castle. There's Alexander right there. His invisible castle is a blank piece of paper. There's nothing on it. That's creative. At singing time, she said I sang too loud. At counting time, she said I left out 16. Who needs 16? I could tell. It was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. I could tell because Paul said I wasn't his best friend anymore. He said that Philip Parker was his best friend, and that Albert Moyo was going to be his next best friend, and that I was only his third best friend. I hope you sit on a tack, I said to Paul. I hope the next time you get a double-decker strawberry ice cream cone, that the ice cream cone falls off the cone part and lands in Australia. There were 2 cupcakes in Philip Parker's lunch bag, and Albert got a Hershey bar with almonds, and Paul's mother gave him pieces of a jelly roll that had little coconut sprinkles on top. Guess whose mother forgot to give him a dessert? It was a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. That's what it was, because after school, my mom took us all to the dentist, and Dr. Fields, he said he found a cavity just in me. Come back next week. I'll have to fix it, said Dr. Fields. Next week, I'm going to be in Australia. can see Alexander doesn't look very happy in this picture, but all his brothers seem pretty happy. His mom's talking to the doctor. It's starting to sound like maybe he is having a bad day. On my way downstairs, the elevator door closed on my foot, and while we were waiting for my mom to go get the car, Anthony made me fall where it was muddy. And then when I started crying because of the mud, Nick said, "I was a crybaby," and there he is. He's laying in the mud and he's crying, and his brothers are looking over him. And while I was punching Nick for saying I was a crybaby, my mom came back with the car and scolded me for being muddy and fighting. I'm having a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. I told everyone, and no one even answered. So then we went to the shoe store to buy some sneakers, and Anthony chose the white ones with blue stripes. Nick chose the red ones with the white stripes. I chose the blue ones with the red stripes, but then the shoe man said, "We're all sold out." They made me buy just a plain old white ones, but they couldn't make me wear them. And there's Alexander in his new shoes, and he is not happy sitting on that bench. When we picked up my dad at the office, he said I couldn't play with his copy machine, but I forgot. He also said to watch out for the books on his desk, and I was careful as I could be except for my elbow. Then he also said don't fool around with his phone, but I think I called Australia. My dad said, "Please don't pick me up anymore." It was a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day, and here's his dad's office, and you can see that the ink spilled on the desk. There's papers everywhere, the pens are spilled, the books are falling off the desk, the phone's off the hook, and even the mom's shaking her head saying, "Oh no." And there was lima beans for dinner, and I hate limas. Okay, personally, I don't really like lima beans either. And they were kissing on TV, and I hate kissing. What is Alexander gonna do? My bath was too hot. I got soap in my eyes and my marble went down the drain. And I had to wear railroad train pajamas. I hate railroad train pajamas. I like railroad trains. When I went to bed, Nick took back my pillow. He said I could keep, and Mickey Mouse, my nightlight, burned out. And I even bit my tongue. The cat wants to sleep with Anthony and not me. It's been a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. And my mom says that some days are just like that, even in Australia. So here's his room, and you can see that he's sleeping over here, and his brothers are in the bunk bed, and the cat's up here, in the top bunk bed. And there's the Mickey Mouse nightlight. It's burned out. Boy, you know what? I've had bad days once in a while, but I don't think I ever wanted to move to Australia because of them. When I have a bad day, I like to go hang out with my friends and do something fun. Maybe go ride my bike, go outside and go for a walk, or sit down with my parents, my brothers and sisters, and spend some time with them. That's how I've gotten over bad days. Alexander, I don't think that moving to Australia is the answer, but I think this was a great book. On March 2nd, I hope that you're reading along with me. Spend some time with your brothers and sisters, your moms and dads, and read with them. Remember, reading's important. Maybe one day you'll be a firefighter just like me.